No matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether if you've come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you.
Woo! Good morning, Unity Renaissance. Let's all stand where you are and sing. Here we go.
Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. I'm not holding it in anymore. I'm gonna shout it out loud. I understand now what I'm here for and what this life is about. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand, lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. There's a voice that I've heard for years. I've learned to keep it inside, and now it's coming in loud and clear. I want a deeper life. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about practice, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand, lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine.
Oh, yeah. Chickadee-boom.
Good morning and Happy New Year to everyone out there in Zoom land. Welcome to Sunday morning live at Unity Renaissance. My name is Ardell McCoy and I will be your platform host this morning. Reverend Paula is away, but as usual, she leaves us with a great speaker, our own beloved Richard Mekdeci. We had the fabulous house band and our great singers, so we're in good shape today. So let's get started. Unity Renaissance is a non-denominational church. Everyone is welcome at Unity. We have people here of all races, color, creeds, sexual orientation. It really doesn't matter. And what we practice here is that Jesus was a master teacher. And because of his teaching and his divine potential, what he did is express that in his time on this planet, but he also instilled in us that we too had that same divine potential, that what he did was not exceptional, it was the average for all of us. And if we practice that in our everyday lives, we are truly, truly urban shaman. So, let's get started with our vision statement. Here at Unity, we have a vision statement, so if you will rise in consciousness and recite it with me. Together, a spiritually awakened world living in peace, love, and joy. And Unity's mission statement, together, we transform lives that transform the world. Okay, so at this point, I'd like to do a little opening prayer. I am so very, very grateful to have moved into this new year, this chance to be able to express newness. I am grateful to know that there is one life, that life is God, that is my life, that is every life. There's no otherness. There is only the one uniquely expressing as each and every one of us. There is no otherness. It cannot. And everything we say, do, and think, we are thinking with that subjective mind that is God consciousness coming forth. And I am so grateful to today speak a word for all that have let go of someone this past year, who have let go all old ideas and coming into the new year with a new consciousness, a wide awakening, being able to move forward, to release anything that no longer serves. I bless each one that has called into the prayer ministry. I'm knowing that this Unity Renaissance, this church expands and grows, for we have expanded. The walls have been knocked out, and the consciousness from this community has brought forth a newness, and we can't wait to celebrate fully in this new building, our new awareness of who and what we are. We are powerful people, and I am so grateful to be able to feel that, know that, and express it. I tell you, we are powerful, and we move forward in grace and ease. We have our beloved ministry, our beloved Reverend Paula, who is here to guide and direct our paths. How grateful can we be? We show that appreciation by supporting this ministry, knowing that it is great, grand, and glorious. I release this word into the cosmic consciousness where I know it cannot return void. It's already done. For I am one with the infinite, and I have spoken the word, and I say it is so, and so it is. Amen.
Little Ricky Byers' song, This Is Our Wish to You for the New Year. Here we go. Health, wholeness, and happiness. Health, wholeness, and happiness. Praise the good and praise the world.
good and raise the world with health, wholeness, and happiness.
Okay, so for today's daily word, our word for today is potential. And I want you to join me in our affirmation together, but I want you to say with power, with meaning, believing. Together in consciousness, yes, I am able. Yes, I can. Growing up, I received encouragement from my family, school teachers, and the other adults in my life. Their positive, affirming words encouraged me to pursue my passions and trust my inherent talents in order to realize my potential. Now that I'm older, I rely on my innate divinity to discern how I might best fulfill my potential. I prayerfully tune in to what possibilities remain to be realized in my life. What ignites my passion for self-expression? Inspiration occurs when I invest in prayer. As I pray, I release any lingering doubts or insecurities. My energy and enthusiasm are renewed. Nothing can stop me from stepping out boldly into the world to fulfill my potential. Our scripture verse is from Philippians chapter 4, verse 13. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. Now, if you would like prayer support for a need or for a celebration, you may call Silent Unity 24/7 Prayer Ministry anytime, day or night. And the number is 1-800-NOW-PRAY, and or you can dial the numbers 1-800-669-7729. You may also fill out a prayer request form on our website here at Unity, or call the church and have a message, and leave a message, and we will call you back. And now please join our singers and join us in consciousness for the Lord's Song.
Holy Creator, we praise your name, your will in heaven and earth the same. Supply our needs, Lord, from day to day. Let your forgiveness light our way. Lead us away from temptation's hold. Deliver us, Lord, into your fold. For all the kingdom, power, and praise, with you began and with you stays. Holy Creator,
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven.
Supply our needs,
Give us this day
from
our daily bread,
Let your
and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors.
Lead us away.
And lead us not into
from
temptation,
temptation's
but
hold.
deliver us from error.
Deliver
For thine is
us,
the kingdom,
Lord,
and the power,
into
and the
your
glory forever.
For all the kingdom, power, and praise, with you be everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm through crying, I'm through waiting, I'm through hoping against all hope. I'm through longing for something else gone that'll never return. I think I finally learned to bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm through grieving, I'm through dreaming that the life I had is ever coming back. No more wishing on someone else's star that'll never be mine. Oh, I think it's time to bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. And I survived many times before, broken hearts and slamming doors. I'll be alright, yes I will, once more, just as I did back then. I'm gonna rise again, so bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. So bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new.
That's Nick Hill, everybody. Woo! I'm talking about, Brother Nick. Bring it on. Yeah. Yeah. Well, good morning once again, everyone. You know, I'm going to start by saying that the very first thing, the question that most people asked me when I became a minister, and it's so apropos for today, was, so, what do we call you now? What do we call you now? Someone said, Reverend Richard. I said, it's a little too formal. How about Rev Rich? A little too Scooby-Doo, right? Ed Rosquist said, I got it, R squared. He said it with such authority. I thought, R squared it is. But then Boyd Black came up with this one. Reverend Maestro, Richard Mekdeci, Minister of Music. And I'm like, yeah, baby, I can get into that. I can get into that. That was great. But the thing was, it was really important to people to know what to call me now. They would say, so what is your name? What do we call you now? As if now somehow I was different. So what isn't a name? Here's a name, Peter Hernandez. Some of you may know who this is, some of you probably don't. But Peter Hernandez is none other than pop star Bruno Mars. What a great name. How about this one? Most of us know this one, Stephanie Germanata, the fabulous, amazing Lady Gaga. That's right. Here's another one for you. Mark Sinclair. Sounds like the guy in the next cubicle, right? Regular name. But Mark Sinclair is the star of all the Fast and Furious films, none other than Vin Diesel. Yeah. Here's one only maybe people my age might know, Jerry Dorsey. Pretty common name, right? But Jerry changed his name to something very uncommon. Engelbert Humperdinck. That's right, ladies. Engelbert, I'm here. He's a crooner. And here's one I didn't really know, wasn't aware of, Karen Johnson. Nothing special about that name, nothing stands out, right? But Whoopi Goldberg, that's a name that stands out. That name stands out. Now these artists, you know, names are important in the entertainment industry, and these artists chose a name that they wanted to exemplify who they were. They wanted it to exemplify an image that they wanted to project and something they wanted to embody in their careers. But at what point did Peter become Bruno? At what point did Karen, become Whoopi? Because these are great names, right? Whoopi is a great name for a comedian. And Lady Gaga, what better name for a pop star icon? And Vin Diesel just sounds like an action hero. So they created names that they wanted to embody and an image they wanted to project out to the world today. But when did Jerry become Engelbert? Right? When did Sinclair become Diesel? And that's the point we're at today. Today we're at a point where we're going to take part in our yearly ritual of release and renewal that we call the White Stone Ceremony, the day you become someone new in consciousness and begin embodying and embracing what that name represents to you. But unlike these celebrities, you're not going to tell the whole world your name. You're not going to change it on your driver's licenses or your birth certificates. This is a name known only to you, a name that's just between you and God. So the White Stone Ceremony evolved from this passage in Revelation 2:17. Let anyone who has an ear listen to what the Spirit is saying to the churches. To everyone who conquers, I will give some of the hidden manna, and I will give a white stone. And on the white stone is written a name that no one knows except the one who receives it. So if you've received one of your gift bags, those red gift bags we passed out, you're going to find in there 2 white stones that look just like this. There they are. 2 white stones that look just like this. These white stones actually came from the Holy Land. They were mined from white stones in Hebron, Israel, and imported here to the United States. So, and if you don't have one, you can always come by the church and pick one up if you would rather write your name on one of these. But for today, you can just write your name on anything you have, a piece of paper, a stone, any kind of keepsake, just something to write that down on and preserve it. And when you want to come by the church to pick it up, you can. So here's the interesting thing. In case you didn't know already, the book of Revelation begins with the words, the revelation of Jesus Christ. So this is actually Jesus speaking to the churches, and back then the churches were just congregations, there were no brick and mortar churches. This is Jesus speaking to the believers of the way, the writer of Revelation, whom we believe to be John, the disciple John. So Jesus is saying, to everyone who conquers, I will give some of the hidden manna. What does this mean? Well, we all might remember manna being that food that was dropped from heaven to the tens of thousands of Israelites while they were wandering in the desert. The word manna means prepare because they said it was prepared in heaven and then sent down to the Israelites. And manna is even described like our white stone, to be brilliantly white, almost bright in its color. And if you have a hard time maybe grasping the idea of bread falling from the sky and feeding tens of thousands of Israelites in the desert and it disappeared every day, this is why in Unity and even some more progressive Christian faiths, we start looking at these kind of stories as allegories. In other words, stories with deeper meanings. So if we look at this with a deeper meaning, we know that metaphysically manna means spiritual substance, spiritual sustenance. And like spiritual substance, manna was distributed. It says in Exodus, manna was distributed to everyone equally, the rich and the poor, the master and the slave. No one got more than anyone else. Kind of like spiritual substance. It's available to all of us equally. But there's something deeper than that, because Jesus referred to himself as the bread of life. And it says in John that Christ is the one true manna. Christ is the true manna. So imagine Jesus saying this to you. Beloved child, each time you conquer jealousy, hatred, judgment, sense attachment, each time you overcome an error thought or bad habit, I will reveal more of myself to you. I will give some of that hidden manna. So this may be the only reference in the entire Bible. This is the only reference in the entire Bible to a white stone. But we do have several instances of name changes that occur in the Bible. And of course, the best known is this gentleman, when Saul of Tarsus changed to Paul, the Apostle Paul. And you may have imagined that Saul was given this name after his conversion experience on the way to Damascus, when his eyes were opened after 3 days being blind. Ananias came and the scales fell off his eyes, and he opened his eyes and he became Paul. But the truth is, Paul is Saul's middle name. He was born with it. He had it all his life. It was his middle name. It was his Roman name. And Saul himself chose to change his name to Paul sometime later on in his first missionary journey across the Roman countryside to convert the Gentiles. So he thought that it would be more convincing to the Gentiles if he used his Roman name. So he changed it to Paul himself. So like our entertainers, Saul decided to use a name that represented an image he wanted to project. But of course, there's also a deeper significance to this name change. Saul in Hebrew means personal will, stubbornness, being stuck. Whereas Paul, on the other hand, means enlightened will. So Saul willingly changed his name to represent a new way of being for himself. He was to release his personal will, which had persecuted Christians most of his adult life. He was born about the time Jesus died. When he was born, that's all he knew, was the Jews persecuting the Christians. And he willingly changed his name from personal will to enlightened will, to embody this enlightened will, which is to preach the gospel of love and compassion. However, the earliest instance of a name change occurs in the Bible very early on with these two, Abram and Sarai. Now, Abram and Sarai were in their 90s when God chose them to birth a new nation. It happens pretty early on. This is in Genesis 17:5. And he tells them that he's going to give them a new name, and they are going to be the parents, the father and mother of a new nation. He said, Abram, I'm changing your name to Abraham. And Sarai, you would become Sarah. Now, where Abram meant exalted father, Abraham means father of a nation, father of a multitude. Now, Sarai meant argumentative, quarrelsome. But Sarah means woman of high esteem or princess. So for Abraham and Sarah, these new names given to them by God redefined their purpose. It was not only an intention for them, but it was a title. It was a way of being they would embody. They would be the mother and father of a new nation. But ladies and gentlemen, I discovered an even deeper meaning to their name changes. A hidden code uncovered after centuries, revealed to you this morning. And here it is. God added the A-H for Sarai to become Sarah. And he added the H-A for Abram to become Abraham. See where I'm going? That's right. The world's first recorded aha. And you heard it first here. So, ladies and gentlemen. So although the white stone ceremony, the white stone does not appear anywhere else in Scripture, Bible scholars tell us that back in Jesus' time, when you were released from prison, you were given a white stone. And this was just their way of saying, you've done your time, you've paid your debt, you're free from any condemnation. This white stone symbolized freedom to them. It proved that they had been released legally and that they were free from their past. So to them, this white stone, you can imagine the white stone or whatever you're holding now, represents freedom, a clean slate to begin a new life. But there is nothing said about the prisoners putting a name on their white stone. There's nothing said about them being given a white stone that already had their name written on it. So before we go into our white stone ceremony, let's look at that scripture again. I will give a white stone, and on the white stone is written a new name that no one knows except the one who receives it. So, we know that Jesus is not speaking to people who just been released from prison. He was speaking to everyone in the churches. So that we can assume in this context that the white stone is not a literal stone, but it's a symbol of inner transformation. We could say that each of us is bound by our own erroneous thinking, false limitations, our own beliefs, our old beliefs, our victim consciousness, and so on. But when we wake up and realize we're spiritual beings having a human experience, we are set free. When we discover when we discover more of our divine inner selves, we are set free. We might even say that we are made new. We have a new identity, a new name. The scripture was of those who would free themselves from personal will or ego and rise in consciousness to enlightened will, or the way of God. So if you've already thought of a name that you want to write on your stone, I would ask that you kind of suspend attachment to that word for now and allow the name, quality, or intention you're going to write on your stone to be given to you from your Christ center during our meditation and ceremony. It may turn out to be the same word you thought of, but a lot of times you'd be surprised at what bubbles up from spirit when you're in that deep light place of connection. So a few days ago, we had the dissolving bowl ceremony, and that was for you to release that which no longer serves you. See, these two ceremonies go hand in hand, just like a denial and an affirmation. Think about pulling weeds from your garden as being your burning bowl. You're getting rid of stuff you don't want. What happens if you don't plant something in its place? The weeds grow back. So the white stone ceremony is about replacing that, releasing what did not serve you, and now replacing that with a new way of being, some new, more enlightened way of being. So I want you to open yourselves up now to receive your name. Receive the hidden manna prepared for you in heaven and given to you from Christ, the bread of life. Receive the power of your new name, known only to you, that will be your touchstone throughout the year to guide your decisions, your actions, and a name that you will commit to live and exemplify. So we're going to start our ceremony, and I'd like to sing into our white stone ceremony with our meditation song, Flow Through Me. So Lily? right, so wherever you are, wherever you're sitting, I'd ask that you just get very comfortable. Close your eyes, and of course, begin to breathe. And when we say to breathe, we're really saying to bring your attention to your breath. Breath is the first thing you do when you come into this world. It's the last thing you do before you leave it. It's what connects us. The air that we breathe is imbibed, imbued with the Spirit of God. The Easterners call it prana. So with every breath you breathe in, just allow yourself to be totally relaxed and at ease. Trust in the perfection of creation and surrender into this moment. Behold the divine order that has unfolded in your life, leading you up to this very breath. Consider who it is that you have come into this moment to be, and say to yourself now, I surrender my will to the one will. I allow my life to unfold as it should. I allow my life to unfold as it should. Breathe deeply once again. And as you inhale now, follow that breath into your heart space. Allow the energy of spirit that infuses the air we breathe to quicken your heart, harmonize your mind. You are now at a turning point, ready to be released from anything that might bind you. You are ready to be set free into the best year of your life. From this place of connection to your divine center, I'd like for you now to just visualize yourself sitting at a bright, grassy field high upon a hill. The sun's warming your face, and you feel the warmth and love of the Christ residing in your heart. Let every inhale be an invitation to the divine, and every exhale be a surrender. With every inhale, invitation, and every exhale, surrender more and more of your individual will to the one will. And as you sit on this beautiful hill, you look out into the distance, and you see appearing from a soft mist, you see a figure approaching you, surrounded by light. And as this figure gets closer, you see that it's Jesus. The closer he gets to you, the more you feel that warmth of spirit radiating from your heart, connecting you to him. You're looking now directly into his eyes. You're feeling that peace that passes all understanding. You're allowing the unconditional love to permeate every cell of your being. This is your moment. This is your opportunity to ask the Master a question. Take a deep breath as you look directly into the eyes of the divine and ask, what name, what quality or intention is mine to bring into expression this year? What is mine to bring into expression this year? What aspect of my divine identity is longing to more fully express? And with your next exhale, your mind becomes completely blank. And you see that Jesus is leaning over to whisper something into your ear. The sound of his voice just sends chills through your body. You feel yourself filled with warmth as he speaks a word into your being. A word or a name that expresses Spirit's highest intention for you. Relax, breathe, stay with it, and listen now for the voice of the Christ in the silence. Slowly now, bring your attention back to this present moment, wherever you are. And when you're ready, open your eyes and write on your white stone the quality word or name that was whispered in your ear from your deepest part of your being. Receive this name, known only to you. And we'll pause for just a minute or so for you to write. I invite you now to put your stone somewhere where you can see it daily. And let it remind you of the potential that is waiting to come forth from you this year. If you have any doubts, just go back to that place, that moment in meditation today, where the voice of the Christ whispered this word into your ear. And know that the word or name you've written on your stone has come to your awareness to be lived into being. You would never be led to do something that wasn't possible for you. Think of this as your act as if word for the new year, the word that you'll seek to exemplify each day until it reaches full expression in you. Divine Spirit, we are grateful for the guidance that flows through our beings. We are grateful for this time of personal realization. We are grateful for one another as we step into a new adventure, a new year together. A year filled with commitment, immeasurable joy, and an abundance of all things. And a commitment to get her done in 2021. And so it is. Amen. Have a great year. And now we're going to bring the fabulous Miss Ardell McCoy back up to bless our love offering. Thank you, Ardell. Thank you.
What a wonderful service. Thank you, Reverend Richard. My word came to me pretty quick. That was wonderful. So it's now time to invite you to give your love offering. Remember, you can give via texting give to 540-418-1228. Text now. Since I I can't see to the back of the room, I'll look at the screen. The other way you can give is to download Tithely app. They also still take cash and they still take checks. So whatever you choose, feel free to bring it on because we're open for all. And before we do our love offering blessing, I'd like to invite the board president, Valerie Winters, to the podium.
Good morning. Good morning. It's a little strange. I've never talked when there's just a handful of people here before. Yes, we are. Okay. As Ardell said, I'm Valerie Winters, and I have the privilege of serving on your Board of Trustees as the president this year. And as I prepare to give the Prosperity Minute this morning, I reflected back on 2020 and all the challenges that we faced. There was a lot of challenges, but on a personal note, I want to talk about what I saw as prosperity in my life, even with all the challenges. I was able to save some money, which is always a good thing, paid off some bills. I spent more time connecting with my family, whether it was via chat, video Zooms, or just texting them or calling them. And then I also spent some time reflecting on Unity Renaissance. And in the last year, we've faced some challenges. I mean, we're sitting here, there's a lovely music team, Reverend Mastro. Yeah, and Nick leading a great team that provided us with an awesome cantata this year, concerts outdoors. We also finished our expansion, which we are using a little bit, slowly but surely. We have our YRU is back there meeting now. And we also, fiscally speaking, from a financial standpoint, we're in a positive place. Donations didn't dip. A lot of churches are struggling, but we're not one of them, at least not financially, and even to connect, because we have a team of music. We have Reverend Paula leading a great staff, and we have multiple teams, live stream team and everyone else, who's taught us how we can connect through Zoom, through video chats, through live streaming, social media. We've expanded all of that. So we're in an awesome place at Unity Renaissance. We're in an awesome place as individuals. And I think that's what I'm reflecting on going into 2021. And it connects with what Richard said. Just go into yourself and in that light and just meditate on that and see where you are, where you want to be, where it can take you. And that's what I did. Just look back at 2020 and look for the positives that you experienced. Did you connect more with family? Did you connect more with yourself? And then take all of that and pull it forward into 2021, because this is going to be an awesome year for Unity Renaissance, for us individually, and we're going to use that expansion this year. It may not be as quickly as we'd like, but we're going to use it, and we're going to bring people back in. Our youth are going to come back in. I know Lisa, Carter, and B. Clendenin, they are chomping at the bit to have our young people back in here. So am I. I mean, I've got Gavin's out in the car now listening on the radio. So I just want to encourage each of you to look within and see the positive amid all these challenges. As we move forward into 2021, just know that we are still connected. We are a great community, and we will be even stronger and better as we go forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Valerie. So if you will please join me now in our offertory blessing. Together in consciousness, please. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I receive. Thank you, God. Oops. Given is given back to you.
Given is given back to you. Given is given back to you. Press down, shake it together, run it over.
about a little New Year's wish for our folks out there, Brother Boyd? Here we go.
This is the year for making changes. This is the year for moving on. This is the year of overcoming. This is the year of growing strong. This is the year for a new way of thinking. This is the year for making plans. This is the year for reaching out. And this is the year for joining hands. Gone are the lonely nights of yearning. Gone are the dark and cloudy skies. All the unsteady bridges burning. All of the doubt and all the lies. This is the chance to recapture the power. This is the time to abandon fear. This is the moment, the finest hour. This is the year, this is the year. This is the year that I put into action all my desires and all of my means. This is the year that I follow my passion. This is the year of my dreams. This is the year I'm letting go of trying to change the ones I love. This is the year I turn it over. This is the year I look above. This is the year that I take my intention, turn it away from distraction and talk. This is the year I take the step, and this is the year I walk the walk. This is the year that I put into action all my desires and all of my means. This is the year that I follow my passion. This is the year of my dreams. This is the year I make it happen. This is the year I follow through. This is the year I move ahead on all of the things I want to do. This is the chance to renew my commitment. This is the time to be conscious and clear. This is the moment for living fully. This is the year. This is the year. This is the year. This is the
Boyd Black. Nicely done.
It's announcement time. This time, we have 3 openings on the Board of Trustees and 4 wonderful candidates. They are David Bernard, Tony Porton, Donna Shannon, and Valerie Winters. So today, after service at about 12:15, there's going to be a meet and greet the candidates on Zoom. And the idea, all you need to do is go to www.zoom.us and put in the meeting ID number, which is here on the screen. Next Sunday, after the service, they'll have a formal meet and greet with the candidates on Zoom using the same ID number, and the candidates will be available to answer questions in an open forum. So stay tuned for that. You can join us on Monday, January 11th, for a free introduction to heart math with certified heart math instructor and coach Gail Boynton. You can discover these powerful techniques for bringing your mind, body, and spirit into alignment. Details will be posted on the website. Ed Rosenquist is heading up a new series on Zoom called Family TED, TED Talks for Families. Coming up first is What Adults Can Learn from Kids, which is going to be a great discussion on how our children can inspire us to be more imaginative and unlimited in our thinking. And that's going to be at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, January 19th. And Reverend Paula and Tom Baker will be teaching a new online class called the Enneagram, a deeper look. And this is going to be for 5 weeks at 7 p.m. starting January 20th. This is a great opportunity for everyone to learn more about yourself from this ancient wisdom that describes 9 personality types and how to grow through your particular challenges. Right now, that's all for highlights and announcements. We're going to go for prayer for protection and the peace song so you can get to the candidate introduction.
May the light of God.
So let's together, the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.